Run, Run, Run from Kurt Vile on 92.3 WTTS. Kurt Vile, who will perform tomorrow night in the Egyptian Room at Old National Center. I'm very glad to say that I have Kurt Vile with me on the phone right now. Kurt, what a pleasure to have you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
I just
Sorry, I
listened
hope it's
to...
not too loud. I'm on my bus. It's
Oh,
like
no, it's good, man. You sound
okay, cool.
perfect. And I just listened to Watch My Moves, the new album. It's a nice, long, chill journey. Where'd these songs come from?
Oh man, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now, so safe to say I'm obsessive. I have to like cut myself off. I've been to a record store like 3 or 4 times on this tour that I'm on, and I already got boxes and boxes of stuff. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store out in the world, and maybe that just comes out in my music. I'm just an obsessive. This is where I'm at. I don't know what album this is. They say it's my eighth or something, but you just gotta you gotta watch my moves because I'm just gonna keep moving.
Yeah, I gotcha. I also listened yesterday to Sweep It Into Space, the album you did with Dinosaur Jr. Came out last year. I really dug that. It's amazing how many albums they've done and how much they still sound like Dinosaur Jr., and it made me want to ask about him. So I listened to the podcast that one of their recording engineers does, John and Yellow. He does his music production podcast called Gear Club, and he talks a lot about working with Jay Mascis and the relationship that they have. And so I've got this like parasocial relationship with them. What was your experience like getting to work with a band who I'm assuming here is among your influences?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely always were, but I would say once I got to he was always a hero. It was like growing up listening to indie rock. The gateway indie rockers were definitely like Pavement and Dinosaur Jr. and Sonic Youth. Maybe Dinosaur Jr. I heard before Pavement. Yeah, that for sure. I mean, that guitar was unreachable as a kid. But once I got to know him, yeah, he was one of the first of my heroes to actually invite us on tour. Our first Matador record. Childish Prodigy was one of his favorites. He invited us on tour that year, 2009. I met John and Yellow when I toured with Jay the first time, and then that was where I met him, and we decided we'd go in and do Smoke Ring for My Halo. But anyway, I think through all that and working with Jay in his studio and touring different times, I can pick up some Jayisms through osmosis and just getting a little bit of that. Whatever I can, really, I'll just sit there and get what I can, and that's what it was like working on that album as well. Like I found out pretty quickly, all I got to do is sit there. It's more like just let him play guitar solos, do whatever he was gonna do anyway. And I think I was just like a lighten the vibe or something. I was nervous when they invited me to do that, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then for a moment, I took it seriously, like, how am I going to help this along? But in retrospect, I realized just sit there and let them do their thing. It's not like you have to even talk too much. And then by the end, I added some quick falsetto harmonies and things like that. I played guitar for a couple of days, and that all made it. It was cool. It was really cool. I just love to be around him. He's just a legend.
Well, and I mean, and John, he's a trip. I just love how long he's been doing it. His history in the recording industry, and just seems like one of those great old school studio guys I want to hang out with.
Oh yeah, he is an old school guy, John, and I always check in with him because he worked when he was a teen or early 20s. He worked on "She's So Unusual," the Cyndi Lauper song, and I'm pretty sure I know he worked on the outfield, and I want to believe it's "I Don't Want to Lose Your Love Tonight," which he worked on. And every time I hear it, I basically make a video of myself lip syncing it and sending it to him. And he's the man. He's been doing it since then up to now. Yeah, with all my heroes. So.
I didn't know about "Your Love" by the Outfield. I'm gonna have to look up those. I'm gonna have to look up those credits and find his name in
Yeah,
there.
don't even tell me. I just know he worked on the outfield, so I'm gonna just say that it was that song. But he was, back then he was like a engineer, assistant engineer and things like. But he learned a lot from like being there when they were making Cyndi Lauper. She's so unusual and such.
Well, you're in the home stretch. You wrap this thing up on Halloween in Portland, Maine. You like the way the tour's gone so far this year?
I do like the way it's going. We are very tight and loose at the same time. It's guaranteed a great show. It's just been our best tour. Sure, it's post-pandemic times and all that, but I'm just really feeling the crowd and connecting with the band's communicating, but we're also communicating with the crowd. It feels good. I can be shy, but I'm out of it now. I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing.
You're the real freaking deal, man. Kurt Vile and the Violators play Saturday night at Old National Center. Go see him. Kurt Vile, thanks for the phone call.
Yeah, thank you so much.